Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we will discuss about similarity under scaling, which is a technique to find the solution to a given partial differential equation. Let us explain it by an example. So in our example, we will find a scaling invariant solution of porous medium equation. Porous medium equation is a partial differential equation given by partial derivative of u with respect to t minus Laplacian of u raised to the power gamma is equal to 0 in the space Rn cross open interval 0 to infinity. Rn is n-dimensional real Euclidean space. This function u is a non-negative function. Gamma is a constant having value greater than 1. We have to find the solution of this equation. Let us take u, which is the function of x and t, defined by 1 upon t raised to the power alpha into v as a function of x upon t raised to the power beta. Let us take this u be the solution of this partial differential equation. Here, x is belonging to n-dimensional real Euclidean space. This t is greater than 0. Alpha and beta are constants, and this function v, this is a function defined on n-dimensional real Euclidean space. This is a real valued function to be determined. Now, let us denote x upon t raised to the power beta by y. So, the function u, that becomes 1 upon t raised to the power alpha into v as a function of y. Now, because we have assumed this u to be the solution of given partial differential equation, so that will satisfy the equation. So, let us find the partial derivatives and Laplacian that we require in the equation. So, differentiating function u partially with respect to t. Here, using product rule of differentiation, 1 upon t raised to the power alpha is having derivative with respect to t minus alpha upon t raised to the power alpha plus 1. This function v as it is, plus 1 upon t raised to the power alpha as it is, derivative of v with respect to t, that is given by dv dot partial derivative of y with respect to t. Partial derivative of y with respect to t can be obtained from here, which is given by minus beta x upon t raised to the power beta plus 1. Now, because x upon t raised to the power beta is y, so we can write this partial derivative in the form minus alpha v upon t raised to the power alpha plus 1 minus beta upon t raised to the power alpha plus 1 into dv dot y. So we have obtained partial derivative of function u with respect to t. Now, we will find the Laplacian of u raised to the power gamma with respect to the variable x. Now, u raised to the power gamma, this is given by 1 upon t raised to the power alpha gamma into v raised to the power gamma. To find Laplacian of this function with respect to x, we need second order partial derivatives with respect to xi. So let us differentiate both sides partially with respect to xi. Here, this term is independent of x. So, the partial derivatives of v raised to the power gamma will be done with respect to xi. Now, because v is the function of y and y is n-dimensional, let us take its components are y1, y2, y3 up to yn. So, the partial derivative of u raised to the power gamma with respect to xi, that is given by 1 upon t raised to the power alpha gamma into, for this expression, to find derivative with respect to xi partially, first we do the partial derivative of v raised to the power gamma with respect to y1 into the partial derivative of y1 with respect to xi plus partial derivative of v raised to the power gamma with respect to y2 into the partial derivative of y2 with respect to xi and so on. The last one will be partial derivative of v raised to the power gamma with respect to yn into the partial derivative of yn with respect to xi. Now in this expression, because yi is xi upon t raised to the power beta, so y1 will be x1 upon t raised to the power beta. Partial derivative of x1 with respect to xi, that will be 0 if I will not be 1. So in this expression, we will get only one term, that will be corresponding to the partial derivative with respect to yi. So this expression becomes 1 upon t raised to the power alpha gamma into partial derivative of v raised to the power gamma with respect to yi into the partial derivative of yi with respect to xi. Partial derivative of yi with respect to xi from here, that will be 1 upon t raised to the power beta. So putting the value here, this will become 1 upon t raised to the power alpha gamma plus beta into partial derivative of v raised to the power gamma with respect to yi. Now to find the second order partial derivative, let us again differentiate both sides partially with respect to xi. Now partial derivative of this expression with respect to xi, this is independent of xi. So the partial derivative of this term will be done with respect to xi, and this partial derivative is given by second order partial derivative of v raised to the power gamma with respect to yi into the partial derivative of yi with respect to xi. Now this term is 1 upon t raised to the power beta. So finally we get 1 upon t raised to the power alpha gamma plus 2 beta into second order partial derivative of v raised to the power gamma with respect to yi. Now taking summation on both sides from 1 to n, this will become Laplacian of u raised to the power gamma with respect to the variable x. And on the right side, this becomes Laplacian of v raised to the power gamma with respect to the variable y. So we have obtained Laplacian of u raised to the power gamma with respect to variable x, which is given by 1 upon t raised to the power alpha gamma plus 2 beta into Laplacian of v raised to the power gamma with respect to the variable y. Now let us substitute this value of Laplacian of u raised to the power gamma and partial derivative of u with respect to t in the given equation. So the given equation takes the form minus alpha v upon t raised to the power alpha plus 1 minus beta upon t raised to the power alpha plus 1 into dv dot y minus 1 upon t raised to the power alpha gamma plus 2 beta into Laplacian of v raised to the power gamma with respect to y is equal to 0. Now we are to convert this equation into an expression involving y alone. For this, let us put alpha plus 1 is equal to alpha gamma plus 2 beta. Because if we put alpha plus 1 is equal to alpha gamma plus 2 beta, then throughout in this expression we can divide by the term 1 upon t raised to the power alpha plus 1. So that will be eliminated. So finally the equation becomes alpha into v plus beta into dv dot y plus Laplacian of v raised to the power gamma with respect to y is equal to 0. Now let us find the solution of this equation in the radial form, means in which the solution is the function of magnitude of y. So let us define the function v to be the function w as a function of r. Here r is the magnitude of the vector y and w is a real valued function. Let us find these values and substitute in this equation. So first of all, let us find dv. dv from here, that is given by derivative of w with respect to r into the partial derivative of r with respect to y. Now r is y mod, its partial derivative with respect to y, that is given by y upon y mod. The magnitude of y, that is r. So the value of dv becomes y into w dash upon r. Dash denotes derivative of w with respect to r. So dv dot y, that will become w dash into y dot y upon r. Y dot y means y magnitude square. Magnitude of y is r, so this term becomes r into w dash. Now let us find the Laplacian of v raised to the power gamma with respect to y. So let us find partial derivative of v raised to the power gamma with respect to yi. So from here, the partial derivative of this term with respect to yi, that will be, because this is a function of r, so firstly we differentiate w raised to the power gamma with respect to r, then partial derivative of r with respect to yi. Its value is yi upon r, and derivative with respect to r partially we have denoted by the symbol dash. Now let us again differentiate this term partially with respect to yi using the product rule of functions. This is first function, this is second function. First function as it is, derivative of this term yi upon r plus yi upon r as it is, derivative of this term. So finally we have obtained the value of second order partial derivative of v raised to the power gamma with respect to yi, and we can take summation on both sides from 1 to n, I varying from 1 to n. So by definition this will become Laplacian of v raised to the power gamma with respect to the variable y. On the right side, when we apply summations, because these terms are independent of I, so summation will be applied on this term. Here this term added n times, that will become n times this expression. Here these two terms are independent of I, so summation will be applied on yi square. Summation yi square, that will become r square. Here also summation yi square, so that will become r square. Putting the values, this will become w raised to the power gamma, its second order derivative with respect to r, divided by r square. This term is r square. Here this term is w raised to the power gamma, its derivative with respect to r, divided by r into this summation is n, and this is r square. So we have substituted the values. So finally we have obtained Laplacian of v raised to the power gamma with respect to the variable y. Now we can substitute the values which we have obtained in the equation 5. So finally the equation 5 takes the form w raised to the power gamma, its second order derivative with respect to r, plus n minus 1 upon r into w raised to the power gamma, its derivative with respect to r, plus beta r into w dash, dash means derivative with respect to r, plus alpha w is equal to 0. Now let us put alpha is equal to n beta here, and multiplying both sides by r raised to the power n minus 1. So after multiplying this equation by r raised to the power n minus 1, this equation can be written in an integrable form. So it becomes r raised to the power n minus 1 into the derivative of w raised to the power gamma, and then the derivative of this whole expression with respect to r, plus beta into derivative of r raised to the power nw with respect to r is equal to 0. Now this equation is easy to integrate, so we can integrate both sides with respect to r. This is derivative with respect to r, so when we integrate with respect to r on both sides, this derivative will be cancelled out. So this will become r raised to the power n minus 1 into the derivative of w raised to the power gamma with respect to r, plus beta r is to the power n into w is equal to some constant of integration which we have taken as a. Now, to find the value of a, let us apply the conditions that as r approaches to infinity, the function w and its derivative with respect to r, they approaches to 0. So when we apply this condition, we get the value of constant a to be 0. So we can substitute this value here. So finally this equation becomes r raised to the power n minus 1 into the derivative of w raised to the power gamma with respect to r plus beta into r raised to the power n w is equal to 0. Now let us differentiate this term with respect to r. So equation becomes r raised to the power n minus 1 into gamma into w raised to the power gamma minus 1 and then derivative of w with respect to r, which is w dash. This term we have shifted on the right side. This will become minus beta r raised to the power n into w. So from here w raised to the power gamma minus 1 into w dash, that becomes minus beta wr upon gamma. Now dividing both sides by w, this will become w raised to the power gamma minus 2 into the derivative of w with respect to r is equal to minus beta r upon gamma. Multiplying and dividing by gamma minus 1 here, and we can see that this expression, this is the derivative of w raised to the power gamma minus 1 with respect to r. So we can shift gamma minus 1 on the right side. So we get the derivative of w raised to the power gamma minus 1 with respect to r is given by minus beta into gamma minus 1 into r by gamma. Now let us integrate both sides with respect to r. So this will become w raised to the power gamma minus 1 is equal to, this term is constant, integration of r will be r square by 2. B is the constant of integration we have taken. Now we are to find the value of solution u, and u is defined to be v and v is defined to be w as the function of r. So let us find the value of w from here by taking 1 upon gamma minus 1 power on both sides. So we have obtained value of w as a function of r. Now we have defined w to be v as a function of y. This term will remain as it is. Putting the value of y is x upon t raised to the power beta. So we have obtained the value of function v. And in the first step, we defined u as a function of x and t to be the function, so 1 upon t raised to the power alpha into v. We can substitute from here. This is the solution of given porous medium equation. In this equation, the constants alpha and beta we can find because we have substituted alpha is equal to n beta, and also we have alpha plus 1 is equal to alpha gamma plus 2 beta. From here we can find the value of alpha, which is given by 2 beta minus 1 upon 1 minus gamma. Now we can equate these two values of alpha so that we can find the value of beta. So equating these two values of alpha, from here we can find the value of beta, which is given by 1 upon n gamma minus n plus 2. Now because alpha is equal to n beta, so putting the value of beta from here in this equation, we get value of alpha in terms of gamma, which is given by n upon n into gamma minus 1 plus 2. So we get the solution of porous medium equation. So this was an example of the technique similarity under scaling.